Hello, Culture and Leadership Connections listeners. Today, I am presenting to you for the last time the Culture and Leadership Connections as a farewell episode. When I started this podcast, I felt called to bring diverse voices from different industries and professions around the world to the world so that we could all benefit from their experiences and wisdom. Today, as I take the microphone for the very last time, I thought listeners might want to know a few of our stats and milestones. Over the past 7 years, we have published 154 episodes featuring 132 interviews and 22 solo episodes. Our most downloaded interview episodes have been serial business owner and investor Ashif Maji, and his episode is called Leading from Behind, Even If You Know the Answers. Indigenous rights activist, educator, and politician Louis Cardinal, and his episode is called It's All About Relationships. Proud owner of the Italian stores, Teresa Spinelli. Her episode is called One Big Human Family. And South African doctor who has healed patients everywhere around the world, Larika Boysen. Her episode is called I Am Because You Are. For my Insight solo podcasts, the two most downloaded episodes were Decoding Procrastination and Anxiety is Not an Emotion. The Spirit of Work solo most downloaded episodes were How the Soul Relates to Work and Using the Virtues Sequence to Solve Workplace Problems. I have loved interviewing our podcast guests, and so many of them have said that their experience in the interview was cathartic and helped them to understand themselves and their work journeys more clearly, was so honoring and respectful. I also frequently heard that being interviewed on the Culture and Leadership Connections podcast was a more personal and insightful experience than any other podcast interview they had experienced. In response, I will say that I am proud to have brought so many beautiful, competent, varied, and unique stories to the internet soundwaves. These interviews are a legacy that can be heard over and over, since they will continue to be available on our website, shiftworkplace.com/podcasts, and on all podcast directories. Imagine guests' families being able to listen to their loved ones' voices until the end of their lives and beyond. It was also a joy to create the solo episodes, although they involved lots more work, soul searching, and research than I initially expected. It made me realize how much courage it takes for solo podcast hosts to put themselves out in public, and it increased my admiration for my colleagues' work. Now for the people behind the scenes. These 154 episodes were created by me and Mike Kurlander, who was our amazing audio engineer, the wonderful Malvika Kathpal, and B. Mugure on the show notes, and our outstanding Berna Guadiz, who created all the images, website uploads, and social media images. Producing them involved 1,540 hours of work and 133,672 words for all the show note blogs. When you add up the cost of the team and the hosting platforms, each month's podcast costs between $800 to $1,000 monthly. So just multiply that by 84 months, and you can see it has been a significant investment for me to create and fund this podcast. If I extend this thought to other podcasts and public radio channels with so many more costs to keep us informed and entertained, I feel deeply grateful that such a significant portion of the human race goes to all this trouble to connect us through our ears and sound. I would like to leave you with two recent testimonials from our fan page. Casper Christensen wrote, "The Culture and Leadership Connections podcast is a great listen. Marie Gervais provides expert insights and actionable advice on leadership and cultural diversity, making it invaluable for fostering inclusive and effective workplaces." Thank you, Casper. McCall Spiegelman said, "I absolutely love the Culture and Leadership Connections podcast. Marie's deep perspective on various topics, especially spirituality, truly enriches the content. The way she seamlessly connects broader subjects to workplace dynamics is enlightening and practical. This podcast has given me new appreciation for the cultural influences that shape leadership and communication within diverse professional environments. Highly recommend for anyone looking to deepen their understanding of how culture and context intersect at work." Thank you, McCall. That was lovely. In closing, Culture and Leadership Connections has truly been a labor of love, but from a business perspective, the cost has come to outweigh the benefits. I certainly hope the many stories and insights will bring intangible benefits to thousands of listeners for years to come. Now, a thank you to our audience. Thank you so much for listening. Please continue to share the episodes with people you know who would enjoy them. And as I say goodbye to you, all our loyal listeners, I'll say one last time, may culture and leadership connections continue to guide and inspire your day.